So I was just thinking to myself, what if someone plays a trick on you so well that even though you know that the information is distruthful, completely fake, it's someone else's opinion, and you still choose to believe it? This has happened to me, so I sit and I wonder and I question, what if there was a way to relieve myself from these constraints? And if I did, what would happen to my potential and myself? See, I ask that because for a long time now, I've been denied something that I've always wanted. And I've been given these fictitious reasons to why I don't deserve it. And because of these reasons, somehow my brain created this reality that I now see as the present moment, up until this present moment actually, as what my life is. And when I have maybe thoughts of abundance or thoughts of achievement, success, and I don't mean the status quo version of society's ideal of success where you have the fame, you have the money, and then you have this giant house. But success in gratification on that you've given your best so often that you have become the ideal version of what you set out to become, because clearly you had a goal and it required a certain level of expertise on your behalf that you didn't have initially in the beginning. But being that you've tried this course over and over again, and you've gone through the trials and tribulations of your errors and not knowing and what you've learned and how well you can implement that, and maybe it doesn't work this way, and there's all these things, these intricate things that you learn along the way. But ultimately what it comes down to is you reject that gratification that you know is out there for you. So if someone's playing this trick when they're creating this reality of what they say about you to become what you think of yourself, somehow that conflicts with your natural and personal growth path that you were born with. It conflicts because what you feel as though that should and could be true, the power of possibility, the power to dream, a natural birth-given right, the power of the imagination within itself. You have that, but yet you deny the capabilities of the imagination because of what someone else thinks. And there goes the limiting belief. Believing in what someone else thinks of you can limit the belief you have of yourself. And that is because you're not seeing the picture beyond the smokescreen. The picture beyond that is so much more, because there is a field of opportunities out there, and any one of them you can live into, grow into, and believe and see and experience as a reality. But if for whatever reason, if you're distracted by something that doesn't serve you, but you allow to participate in that reality, you are now living the life of that reality, regardless of how much you disagree. You think by disagreeing internally or mentally, you're doing something about it, but honestly, you're not. Unless you give it into the feelings that make you feel whole, happy, at peace, grateful, enjoyed. And denying that creates a level of misery which perpetuates itself into either anger or hate or distrust, something that brings down your powerful, high energetic vibration to such a standstill, whereas you're living in the past on repeat based on what was said, done, experienced, or felt. Letting go of that gives birth to the contrast of what could be, and then what could be could also be what is. Just the thought alone, if imagined properly, the thought of what could be feels as though it is happening, as though it's taking place right now. That's the power of a positive thought, right? You think about it enough and within such detail that you actually start to feel what you're imagining as if it's taking place right now. I guess it's all the trick, right? What is real? I guess it's only real if we believe it. So regardless if it's true or fake, or true or false, participating your belief factor into any reality makes it so, as though it's happening right now. At any point in time, we can change that thought pattern by choosing a thought and actually diving into it to identify as much detail as possible. And the limit comes in as, well, I can only imagine but that much because I already know I can't do this. I've been told that I can't. I want to say that for me personally, that's a limiting thought, because no outside force should have any bearings on your imagination whatsoever. It's something that connects us to things beyond our understanding at times. And that's definitely so, because how else could it be possible for reality or your life to simulate the things you think and feel? Why else would that happen? Why does it happen? So, if thoughts and feelings create our reality, why not choose thoughts on purpose? Why not choose thoughts in such great detail that we know exactly how our day is going to play out? And regardless of the circumstances or the current event, we still have a say-so, which makes us the determining factor in our lives, the lives around us, because of the choices and actions that we make. If something that I do today inspires someone else tomorrow, then the guy I was yesterday was just another stepping stone, another step in the right direction, even if I started off with a bad day and then had to pull myself back on track with positive thinking. It's like almost that you literally create your reality on purpose or by default of what's been given to you. I guess if you're not in control of what you choose to think, you're not consciously aware of why this is important, then by default you'd only accept what's going on in your environment, because where else would you find that information? Naturally, that is. So, why avoid ever thinking in such a way that benefits you and serves you at all times, regardless of what's going on in front of you? Why not choose, and then what you choose to do cause of the effect of what takes place next? I really think That's what waking up is. Is to fully let go, relax, and just know that I have the power to be the determining factor at any and every moment. I mean, really, like, try to grasp that understanding and think, shit, what would happen if I just let go of all the bullshit and just believe whatever the fuck I want to believe? And find that it works. I mean, that would have to be one of the most scariest things ever, to just let go of all the bullshit, right? Because that's what you're used to. You're so used to it that you won't allow yourself to go beyond that, because that is the expectation. But if you change the expectation, you change the status quo for yourself. And if that's what you choose to reach, then how would you not inspire others? Everyone's looking for that golden ticket to everlasting happiness. And yet it is so silly and minute that it's really one thing. Change the way you think. I guess if you think that it's hard, then admit that it is an excuse. You're making an excuse. Admit that. Admit that to yourself. Like, alright, well, cool. That ain't true. It's not hard. I can do it, but why do I not want to do it? It's not hard. It's extremely easy. And then you have the fear that sets in for why you can't. That's not a reason. That's fake. It's a feeling you disagree with. Just don't imagine it. Choose whatever you like, regardless. And I think the more you choose, the easier it becomes, the more abundant and happy you become. Happier, I mean. And the more you realize, all you had to do was let go. And it works. And it brings great results. It's so simple. You just change the way you think. Think thoughts on purpose. Think whatever you like on purpose. If it makes you feel good, think more about it. Think more in detail. Imagine it. Expect it. Wouldn't it be kind of funny, yet strange, that you find yourself looking back and like, you know what? Damn, I'm a totally different person from who I was 6 months ago. And all this was just from changing my thoughts? It's crazy. But then, while you look back in hindsight, you have all these stories to how things led up to this point. And for you, it makes sense. It's like, hey, this had to be synchronicity. This must have been the way it was meant to be all along. You feel like you're the chosen one because your life has been changed. That's enough for today. Have a blessed and beautiful day, everyone.
That was dope.